What is up, and welcome back to a brand new video. Right now we are just trying to pray Mongolia doesn't declare war on us. And remember last time how I said as long as Scythia doesn't have super upgraded units, we should be fine? Well, they have super upgraded units. It's a good thing we have Giant's Causeway and our unique ability this game, or otherwise we would lose every single city we had in Australia, and probably some cities from our original empire too. Yeah, and her military unit score is going up. We do end up taking out a crossbowman without too much trouble, but right now we are kind of screwed if she has any more courser units. And looking at her recently spent gold, the money would be yes, she does have more courser units. Yeah, just like I said, the Russia towards the north is pretty much screwed. So I'm just going to move my units back. I switch production from catapults and settlers to archers right now because that is what I need. Um, we are going to have to build a few more archers because it looks like we'll lose some. Mongolia has a pretty big army, but they are going after Cardiff, not me, so we should be fine. They do have really strong units at this point, and a lot of my army is not there right now, which is kind of a stupid idea, I can't even lie. I did send an archer to protect that settler towards the south, and I did set a horseman just in case Mongolia declared war on us, but they ended up not. And we will probably end up losing Hobart next turn. I really can't hope for anything else right now except to deal as much damage as possible. Thinking about the best way to attack right now. I should have probably moved that archer out, but I felt like we still could have defended that city for some reason. Um, this is about the time where I thought, yeah, we're probably going to lose the city. We are going to want to retake it, though. And this is a giant portion of Scythia's military. So we do lose Hobart. That does suck. But we do end up getting an opportunity to take out some of her units.
This is where we hold them! This is where we fight!
Ended up losing an archer in that city, which sucks. End up taking Hobart back the same turn. And we do end up killing a few of her units, and probably one more next turn, so I'm kind of disappointed I lost Hobart. It lost a lot of population, but as of right now, we really can't do anything about it. I will try to make peace because we did lose the emergency. And she's trying to run away, but we should be able to take that unit out next turn. Looking at the military score, she has almost double mine, and horseman units are extremely hard to deal with archers. So I'm going to look to make peace as soon as possible. I don't want to take out Scythia. I have no plans to take out Scythia. Her units are too advanced, even with all my upgrades. So as of right now, I'm just looking to make peace with her. She doesn't want to make peace with me, though, which kind of sucks. And it looks like she brought in reinforcements. This is going to be fun. So civil service, I end up not getting anything from that civic, and that courser looks like it is going to do a lot of damage to us. But we should be able to take him out soon. The problem with the coursers is they got like 50 combat strength, and my horsemen have like 41 combat strength. So a 10 strength difference could be insane, but they are offering me 30 gold per, or 10 gold per turn for 30 turns. To make peace, I gladly take that offer. I probably would have given them 10 gold per turn to make peace with me, but we do end up making peace. Because right now I just want to focus on culture generation. I could probably go for a science victory, but I've done that like twice already and it's getting boring. So I am going for a culture victory, which the problem is I do play on Deity, and I do think I'm pretty good at it, but I almost never go for culture victories. If I'm looking for what victories I normally go for, I would probably say science is number one, like 50% of the time, domination like 40% of the time, and then um, culture, diplomatic, and religious are like 3% of the time each. Like, I almost never play those. I never play to win those games because, in my opinion, they're kind of boring. Faith is just play Russia, win a faith victory. Culture is, it's really grindy towards the end of the game. And diplomatic, same thing. It just takes way too many turns, and this MacBook is not the most powerful computer in the world, so I don't like taking that many turns. But looking back at this game, we are doing pretty good. We didn't end up losing a city to Scythia, which is pretty good. We are making decent gold per turn. Our tourism has gone up a little bit, and we are slowly but surely increasing our culture and science outputs. I feel like our science is at least respectable right now. I do end up moving some policies around because we do have almost all our settlers out. Do have a catapult in that city for some reason. I don't know why. I thought I stopped production on that. But I'm just going to try to get Scythia to like me. 9 gold per turn for furs. You must be struggling with amenities. But we are making some faith per turn. It's not nearly as much as I could have done. Like, if I was making like 30, 40 faith right now per turn, I could have saved up like 10, 20,000 and bought like 7 different rock bands at once. But right now, we can't do anything about that. We're going to have to build up some faith, hopefully soon. And oh wow, thought you'd give me more than that. We're going to have to build up some faith soon, because faith is critical for a culture victory. Rock bands and conservationists, whatever the leaf unit is. Yeah, whatever the leaf unit is what we need. I do end up settling Buffalo on the horses because it could end up being a really good production cities with jungles and forests. Right now, culture-wise, is where we're struggling the most. I feel like our science is pretty good and it'll end up going up. But we do want some theater squares, industrial zones, and holy site districts. To end up getting that many districts, along with as many campuses as I need, we do need our growth to be at least decent this game. Usually I don't end up having like the highest population cities, but they do end up being pretty decent population this game out of necessity. Looking around, we are building our, not holy site, culture districts, theater squares, and we are building some industrial zones. We do have about all the campuses we need. I think we're going to end up building 2 to 3 more this entire game. I ended up building way more science districts than I need. I do end up being behind in science like the entire game, but I almost don't need anything from the science side of the score thing. I did think about getting seasteads, but at the end of the day, the tourism for seasteads doesn't match what I need. Like, if I just focused purely on faith and culture generation. Like I said, I don't play culture victory too much. I can definitely win a culture victory, but I do end up struggling a lot. Still don't know how like the national park system works. I swear to God, it's way too confusing for me. We are going to enter a dark age, which is going to suck, although I do feel like Philadelphia, Geelong, and Hobart have enough population to at least semi-defend from it. But yeah, Hobart looks like it's going to be a really high population city. Thank you, Australia. Philadelphia, same thing. Canberra, probably. I just need to get some farms there. But Geelong looks like it's going to struggle with population, but be much better at production. We do end up cutting Mongolia off, so they end up not being a threat at all in this game. Whenever you can cut off a civilization in a peninsula, you definitely want to do it. Probably shouldn't give them open borders either, even though I end up doing it this game. But yeah, when you end up cutting a civ off, later on their science and culture values tend to fall. I feel like most of that, and this is just a theory, most of that is most of the AI science and culture comes from their multipliers they get from higher difficulties and from their population. Later on, when you see me moving spies around, you'll find, like, for example, China doesn't have, like, any theater square districts. Mongolia has like limited amounts of campuses and theater squares. They end up building stupid stuff like entertainment districts, which, yes, they can be valuable, but why would you build them when you don't need them? Or harbors, for example. There's a lot of harbors in this game, and yes, it does give you lots of gold, but so do commercial hubs. And it's not as if you're going to build naval units this game, it's a Pangea map. But anyway, the AI is stupid, and we benefit from it. Not complaining, though. Kinda happy about it. Not everything can be chess AI. And the Deity difficulty is definitely decently hard. It's kind of hard. It's hard enough where it's challenging, but if you get good at the game, it ends up being pretty rewarding. But looking around after my solo monologue, the Empire's looking pretty good. I am almost caught up in science, and I am beginning to catch up in culture. Right now, I do have my second trader out of the game. I do not get the Forbidden City. I think it would have given me like 5 culture and a wildcard policy slot, which could have helped my diplomatic faith generation, but it ended up not to be. So right now, we are going to get the last few campuses. I'm going to get chop that reinforced first, and Charleston looks like it's going to be a really good city for me. I do need to build monuments in the rest of my cities. +2 culture per turn definitely helps when you're trying to fill out your borders and your social policies, the civics, that's what they're called. So right now, I feel like the um, biggest issue we have is going to be growth. We do need a lot of cities because we do want 3 to 4 districts in almost every city. I am trying to make friends with Scythia because if I end up allying with everyone this game, I don't have to worry about military at all. Yeah. 2 cities are losing loyalty pretty fast, so I do end up having to move Bengala to Hobart, which has grown to 6 population in a very limited amount of time. I think that city ends up being 15 population at the end of the game, which is just what I need. But right now I am about to chop the rainforest, hopefully, into a campus in Charleston, and that's going to be all the science we need this game. Do end up getting exploration soon, which will help us extremely well with gold. I do end up getting a campus there in Chicago, locking it in at least because I need an aqueduct for growth. I'm going to build a few builders in my northern cities to help with food production, culture, science gold, whatever it is builders do. Uh, I'm trying to find the rest of the civs right now. The more civs I can tourism output to, the better at this point. Um, right now I feel like I'm pretty good builder-wise, although it does change later on when I meet a city-state with a really good unique tile improvement. But right now, no one knows anything about that. Let us try to make friends with everybody. Scythia, please be my friend. I want to love you forever. I guess not. Soon, though, they did end up rebuilding their military, but my military is looking pretty good as well. And, well, the military score, I feel like she'd crush me with her coursers, but I don't think she's going to declare war on me, to be honest. I definitely could have made that government plaza much better. Could have gotten a lot of culture out from theater squares, but it is whatever. Uh, Los Angeles is on the west coast. I love that. Right now, this is going to be the boring stage of the game where I just chop everything in sight, except for lumber mills. I have a lot of luxuries nearby: tobacco, silk, so I am able to end up trading that for gold and, more importantly, great works the other AI has. I feel like a cheat in this game is you can buy a great work for about 20 gold per turn or 2 to 3 luxuries, which to me is an absolute steal. We do end up getting the first great person of the game, a great scientist, and the mountain rage to the north looks to give us a lot of science from his unique bonus. Gonna stop building science for a while just to focus on culture generation. We got our third trader in Brisbane. We are going to get a lot of science trading with Mongolia. And this does look to be the end of yet another video. I feel like it's going well. Culture-wise, we could definitely be better, but don't forget to like and subscribe for future content, and hopefully we'll see if we end up winning this war. Not war, this game. I am tired. I'm going to go to sleep. I will see you guys in the next video.